Hi everyone, my name is Nika. Welcome to another Disney adaptation. The Disney movie that we're going to talk about today is Sleeping Beauty. Once upon a time, in a kingdom, there was a king and queen who just had a child. They named her Aurora. The whole kingdom was invited to Princess Aurora's christening. The three good fairies bestowed wonderful gifts upon the princess. The christening was interrupted by the arrival of the evil enchantress Maleficent. Maleficent was the only one not invited to Aurora's christening. She cursed the princess to prick her finger on a spindle and die after the sun sets on her 16th birthday. One of the fairies altered the curse so that instead of dying, Aurora will sleep, and True Love's kiss will wake her up. The king ordered all the spindles in the kingdom to be burnt and destroyed to further ensure the princess will be safe. The fairies decided to raise Aurora to keep her hidden. They convinced the king and queen about their plan and raised the princess deep in the forest. Maleficent was enraged. No matter where her henchmen searched, they still couldn't find Aurora even after 16 years of searching. Maleficent sent her pet crow to look for and find the princess. Aurora had lived in a cottage in the forest with the fairies for as long as she could remember, and never knew she was actually a princess. The princess would talk to the animals about a boy she met and fell in love with once upon a dream. A prince named Prince Philip also met and fell in love with a girl once upon a dream. Little do Aurora and Philip know that they have fallen in love with each other. The fairies decide to use magic just this one time to make a dress and cake to surprise the princess. However, their magic exposed the location of Aurora to Maleficent's crow. This happened because their magic drew unwanted attention to the cottage. When the princess returned to the cottage, she tells the fairies about the boy she fell in love with. The fairies told her she shouldn't see him again because she was promised to marry the prince. Prince Philip also told his father about a girl he met. Philip's father thought this would conflict with the promise. On the evening of Aurora's 16th birthday, the fairies took the princess to the castle so she can finally meet her parents and the whole kingdom. Maleficent hypnotizes Aurora and leads her to a secret room in the castle that has a spindle. The fairies went after her to stop her from pricking her finger, but it was too late. The princess was sleeping on the floor when they found her. They knew that they had failed in their mission to protect Aurora. The fairies were putting the kings and the rest of the kingdom to sleep, and they heard the prince's father talking about how Prince Philip is in love with a peasant girl and realized that Philip and the princess have met. The prince goes to the cottage and finds Maleficent inside. She and her henchmen capture Prince Philip. The fairies arrive too late and realize that Maleficent has Philip. They go to Maleficent's castle and free the prince. Then they arm him with a shield of virtue and a sword of truth. On his way to Aurora, Prince Philip gets blocked by a forest of thorns. Philip managed to get through the thorns, and Maleficent turned herself into a dragon that the prince had to slay. He defeats the dragon with the fairies' help. With Maleficent dead, all the dark magic in the kingdom reversed. Prince Philip finds the princess and kisses her out of true love. Aurora wakes up, the curse was broken, and the kingdom wakes up. The kingdom celebrated the return of the princess. Aurora and Philip finally realized they were in love, and they lived happily ever after. The end. So in the original fairy tale, the princess slept for 100 years, but in the movie, she sleeps for less time. In the fairy tale, the characters don't have names, but in the movie, they do. In the fairy tale, there are 12 fairies, but in the movie, there are 3. And that was the Disney adaptation of Sleeping Beauty. So if you liked this video, be sure to like and subscribe.